Hello everyone, Ryan Williams AFC back with another match preview. Of course, it is Arsenal taking on Newcastle. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Click the links in the description. Of course, follow my other channel on Ryan as War, where I do the Socially Outcast series, where I talk about, previous events that's happened in my life. I just want to help out people that are been going through a tough time and, that need that little bit of comfortability, just to know that you're not alone. We've all have problems, and sometimes we don't know who we want to talk to or how we can take that next step in progression on being comfortable with ourselves. So guys, if you're interested in that, please make sure you click the link at the bottom of this video. So let's get into it. Of course, Arsenal, who are currently now 11th in the table after Burnley's picked up a win against Southampton earlier today, 2-1. Now, if we need a win more than ever, it is definitely tomorrow, because Newcastle, started the season, of course, we did beat them in our first match away from home. But since then, Newcastle have gone and proven that, a lot of us all thought, okay, they're probably going to get relegated this season because of all the monstrosity that's happened, all the news, etc. But Steve Bruce, and a lot of questions were on him, he's literally turned things around for Newcastle, do you have to say? Do you know what I mean? And we're level on points with them right now in the table. So, again, this game is a must-win. Also to that, we all know the news about Manchester City. Manchester City have finally been hit with the oh-so-so FFP rule regulations, and now their consequences are they are out of the Champions League for the next 2 seasons, and also have to pay a £30 million euro fine. And of course, right now they're currently still in the Champions League. They have to play Real Madrid, this is obviously their last season in the Champions League for the next 2. So what does that mean, guys? That actually means 5th place is actually up for grabs. Now, again, we all know Arsenal need a run. We all know we desperately need Champions League football, especially that money, so we can actually spend more money in the transfer window where we've been missing out season after season after season. Now, however, there are a lot of teams right now who are currently doing a lot better than us. Sheffield United, who are currently 5th. The likes of Manchester United's around there, Wolverhampton, Tottenham, the old enemy, do you know what I mean? And again, Burnley are now above us, sitting in 10th position. Now, we cannot afford to drop any more points. If we even have the slightest of hopes trying to crawl back in those positions to even get European football anyways, but to get Champions League football, which has always been the goal for us since we started to decline and fall into the Europa League. It's as simple as that. So my thing is, we have to go for the neck. We're at home. 3 points. I don't want to see 1 point. We have to go for the kill. Now, here's my lineup, and I'm going to give you my scoreline prediction at the end. Of course, we all know Leno is going to be in goal. I will continue with Bellerin right back. The centre-back situation now, this is going to be tricky because, of course, Pablo Mari is a new signing for us on loan with an option to buy at the end of the season. I'm very interested to see how we will play for us. But on the other hand, when we got the likes of Europa League football coming up, do we risk putting Pablo Mari in, or do we risk keeping in the likes of Mustafi and David Luiz, because those two have improved under Mikel Arteta, and we all know they have a mistake in them. You hear me on this channel going at them, but looking at the situation right now, screaming at the guys and knowing that they are not top quality centre backs. Let's give it right. David Luiz has had his time, but we're already getting whatever's left of David Luiz in terms of age. Mustafi has been on such a rocky form. It's unbelievable. But lately, he has started to put in a lot more performances. Socrates, who isn't really my favourite centre-back, he's a bit too rash. And again, talking about the centre-backs, they're all pretty similar. That second-string centre-back. And they're both like that, do you know what I mean? And David Luiz has the most experience in the Premier League as a centre-back got the club. So, for me, you know, I'm going to stick with Luiz and Mustafi there. They're on form. Why take it out? Bukayo Saka, if Kolasinac is not fit, then I'm going to keep Saka there. He's been playing well. He's been working hard. And listen, this kid has got a very, very bright future upon you know, the future, like I just said. So we need to, you know, keep encouraging him to do well. And hopefully he'll have a fantastic game tomorrow. In that midfield, of course, we're going to see Granit Xhaka and Lucas Torreira. That partnership there is pretty much the best partnership we've got when it comes to holding midfielders or central midfielders. Because for me, Guendouzi, I don't think he's that type of midfielder to sit in front of the defence. Do you know what I mean? He's more of a ball-carrying midfielder. And yeah, I don't really see Guendouzi there. And that's just my God's honest truth. Now, this is a toss-up between Mesut Ozil, who has not, let's have it right, guys. He has not been on form probably since Chelsea at home. Or even Manchester United at home. And that was a very long time ago now. So, do we bring Ozil in? Possibly. But to be honest with you guys, I'm more intrigued of seeing Dani Ceballos there. So, I'm going to give the nod to Dani Ceballos taking over for Mesut Ozil. Again, guys, if you think Ozil should start over Ceballos, leave it in the comment section. Now, this is where it's going to get even more interesting. The forward line. Nicolas Pepe, I'm throwing him in there. Do you know what I mean? Arteta has expressed himself in the press conference saying that we do need to work with Pepe and, you know, help him get more comfortable in the league. And let's face it, under Mikel Arteta, Pepe has started to come out of his shell a lot more. No, there's not a lot of goals, but at the same time, you can see a lot more progression from when Pepe originally came earlier on in the season. So Nicolas Pepe is there for me. On the other side, I'm going to continue with Gabriel Martinelli. I'm a bit worried because of the situation between, you know, our left backs. Kolasinac, is he 100% fit? He's been on the shelf for quite a bit. And we all know Tierney is not ready yet because of his shoulder injury. So, you know, I would like to put Bukayo Saka there. But obviously, due to the injuries, Bukayo is going to have to play left wing back. And to be fair, him and Martinelli have been looking good and a good partnership. So I wouldn't want to mess with that right now. So, you know, Martinelli, I'm worried that, you know, we can run him down, etc. But at the same time, until we can get all our players back, it has to be what it has to be. And of course, up front, I'm going to pick Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I want to see him as the main man in that central forward role. I think Lacazette has been so much out of form this season. It's unbearable. I like Lacazette a lot, but to be honest with you, him and especially Ozil, and this is why I didn't even pick Ozil, need to start from the bench. It's as simple as that, guys. If you're not really, listen, you can put all the work in and effort in that, but if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing out on the pitch, someone else is going to have to take your place. It's as simple as that. Now, of course, this game will not be easy because, again, like I said to you, Newcastle are not rubbish. You know, they put a lot of teams under pressure. They've even beaten Chelsea this season. So, for us, you know, it's a massive, massive game for us. We need to be winning this game. So, I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory to the Arsenal. That's all I got to say, guys. Guys, again, thank you for checking out this video. If you like what you're seeing, of course, if you like what I talk about, please hit the like button. Go in the description and check out the Socially Outcasted series. Of course, I'm going to leave a link there. Let me know your thoughts on that and leave a comment on that channel also. Of course, subscribe to that, Ryan as well. And guys, I'll be back with the match review. So, Gooners, let's get our hopes up and let's get behind the team. Mikel is doing a very good job, of course.